Okay, today we continued on with lesson 35 in the Blue Pelican textbook, which is inheritance. We talked first today about abstract, which was Friday's lecture, and you had some weekend homework and solutions are on the website for that. That was abstract. Then we talked about final very briefly, F-I-N-A-L, final, which as it pertains to classes and methods is not tested on the AP exam. It's pretty easy, but it's not tested. It's in the book, so I went over it, but it's not testable on the AP exam. Okay, then I had you set these classes up. Got a super class named super. It's got one instance field. And right away in the constructor, I'm forcing you to use shadowing. I've got a parameter x and an instance field x. Right now, this class actually compiles with no errors. The superclass does. If I go over here to the subclass, named sub, and compile it, I've got an error. Do you see why I have an error here? Because the first line of a constructor you write in a subclass has the implicit call to the superclass's default constructor. And yet, there is no default constructor in the superclass. That's why there's an error there. So we're going to have to call it explicitly to avoid that error. Try it. You're going to get an error. You got to put super x there. But let's go back here and work on this first, and we'll finish up the subclass. So we'll go this dot x equals the parameter x. That's last Wednesday's classwork. And the set method will be the exact same code, won't it? I'm going to take that parameter and put it in the instance field. Get method, we've been doing that since about October, November. And toString is pretty easy for you too, probably. But I'm just not sure about shadowing using this keyword. I'm going to quiz you on that real soon. Okay, now over to the subclass. We've got the correct call to the constructor with super x. So now there's no super empty parentheses. And then shadowing here too, this dot y equals y. And we have to shadow, we have to do that. If we say y equals y, then that's just saying this y parameter equals that y parameter. That's all it's going to look at. We have to go outside the method, outside the braces with this. Okay, and then set will be the same thing. And get is easy, average. Okay, this is certainly medium challenging or better, okay, or tougher, I don't know, we'll see. We want to average up x and y. So basically there's what you want to do, but that's all screwed up. That's just full of mistakes. First of all, order of operations is screwed up. Okay. And also it's going to be return type double. An int plus an int divided by an int is an int. We're going to lose our decimals. So let's make it 2.0. And now it looks right for first semester, but this x is in another class and it's private. So we have to use that get method in the other class. If we just call get empty parentheses, then it goes inside this class and puts y in there. So you want to do super.get. And then I think it's going to work. Okay. Pilot so far good. The swap method, one of my favorite algorithms. It's only 3 lines long. It usually looks like int temp equals x, x equals y, and y equals x. But again, x is private in another class, in the superclass. So we'll go super.get, and that puts x right there and stores x in temp. Then we can say, well, we can't say x equals y. We got to say super.set y. That will store y into x in the superclass. And then finally, what do we say? We say y equals temp. Is that right? It's tough. I'm making sure. Okay, and the toString is just a regular toString displaying x with super.toString, calling this guy over here super.toString, and then it says y equals whatever the value of y is from this class. Here's my tester. I'm setting x equal to 5, y equal to 6. So when I run that, I'll see 5 and 6 on the screen. Then I'll call the average method and display what it returns. And finally, we will swap the values and see 6 and 5, hopefully. Okay, and now you see that there's 5 and 6 to begin with. Then they're swapped to 6 and 5. In the middle there, that middle call was a call to average. All good. Thanks for watching.